Vinyl community, hello, Bruno in Brittany, France. It's been a long time since I made a vinyl find, so this is it. It's a vinyl find with original pressings. So the first one, it is almost like a classic in the vinyl community now. I saw this several times in videos, and it is Emmett Rhodes, self-titled. It is an American pressing, great record. I heard about this one on the vinyl community. I didn't heard anything about this guy before. I think that he made all the instruments in this album, and it is folk, psychedelic folk, yeah, and yeah, great album. Very happy to find this one. I purchased it in Quimper in the south of Brittany about 1 or 2 months ago. Yeah. Emmett Rhodes. The next one, I didn't know about this guy, but I did know about the band he was part of before. It is Bill Bruford, and the name of the album is One of a Kind. And this guy was a member of the Canterbury scene band called National Heath. So it's like it's an album from him that is very 80s style. So it is not so easy to go in that sort of music, because I think it's a little old-fashioned now. But yes, I'm very happy to have this one, and I have to listen to it. I think several times before it means something for me. So it's for at the moment it's not this, but yes, I will listen to this soon. Next one is yeah, in the part of the Brittany where I live, I have to go to, I don't know, maybe 60 kilometers to find a proper record store with used albums, and a very good choice. And usually I go to Quimper, where I found the Emmett Rhodes, and yeah, this is where I can find a good choice. But since 2 weeks now, there is a new record store 15 kilometers from my home, and it is a little shop just starting up, and there are some good records there, and not very expensive, which is perfect. And so all the records I will show now are coming from this store. So the first one, I went there 2 times, and the first time I purchased this. It is a Canterbury scene classic, Caravan, in the land of grey and pink. I think this is a French pressing. Well, I'm not sure, but it is on the disc motors. It is the I think this is a French pressing. Yeah. So Caravan. The next one is a jazz from the 80s called Whelan, La Note Bleue. As you can see on the cover, it is like a comic book on the cover, because Whelan, who recorded albums with the greatest in France, he was coming from the south of France, Nice. He disappeared after he recorded an album, a superb album called Moshi in Africa, mixing African vibes and jazz. He disappears. We didn't know where he was, and there are two comics authors, Lousteau and Parango, Lustal and Parango, who decided to make a comic with his life. So they made the book, and they put it out, and Whelan see it in a bookshop, and so he just asked them to know more about their project, and he decided then to record this album, and with the drawing of Lustal, with the drawer of the comic. And it is for Whelan the second life, you can say, because after this album he was back in the game. So this is a very funny story to tell, but it is it. So Whelan, La Note Bleue, and it is from 87. And on this record you have some covers like Bésame Mucho, or Round About Midnight from Thelonious Monk, or Harlem Nocturne, and some original compositions from Whelan. So yes, it's a very good mix. La Note Bleue, Whelan. The next one, there is no need for an explanation. It is Get Your Yayas Out from the Rolling Stones, a live album, one of the most famous from them. It's a French original pressing, made in France. The next one is a band that I love, and it is the first album I got from them, because I've got two compilations, one German compilation on vinyl and a CD one. It is Canet Heat, Boogie with Canet Heat, classic with several tracks, like famous tracks like Amphetamine Annie or On the Road Again. Yeah. Canet Heat. Next one, Talking Heads, 77. The first of them. he had in the store two talking heads that I don't have, but I only take this one and maybe the second one next week. Yeah, talking heads 77. And the next one, I am so happy to get this because we can say it's between rock and North African music. And it is what we called in France in the 80s raï. R-A-I. And it is the first album of Carte de Séjour, and the name of the album is Roromani. And Carte de Séjour was made by sons of immigrants here in France, coming from North Africa, and they mixed French chanson, rock, and North African music, and yeah, it's very good. And I just listened these two albums in the row, this one first and this one after, and they are in the rhythm very similar. Yeah. And this one is from 84. So Carte de Séjour, Roromani. And the singer, Rachida, here, was very famous in France because he made a cover of Charles Trenet's song called Douce France, which is, we can say, the more melancholic song about France, and he made it with oriental vibes, so it was so famous at the time. And unfortunately 2 years ago Rachida died. I think it was a heart attack, but yes, it's very sad because very talented artist. And he was coming from the Lyon, the big city in the south of France, near the Alps. And the last one is so famous because it was a big hit in the 80s, I think, or in the 70s, I don't know. No, it was in the 70s because it is in 1972, and it is Miriam Makeba, Pata Pata. Yeah. So this is a classic. It was very cheap, so in good shape. So I took this one with the others. Yeah. So this is it. My last vinyl finds in original pressings. So. Thank you for watching, and please comment, and see you next time. Bye.